What's your name and how old you are?
My name's Layla and I'm 32.
And a little bit about life growing up?
I had a normal childhood. I started work really young. Used recreational drugs. From about 15 I started smoking weed. And I started taking ecstasy, and then when I was 19 I met my partner. I started taking serious drugs and my life just spiralled out of control.
So you said you were 15 when you started?
Recreational drugs, yeah.
Yeah. How were you sort of introduced to them or aware of them?
Just around friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you say that they didn't really have any effect on your life?
No. Because I was still working, and then when I was 19 and I hit the hard drugs, after about a year things started spiralling out of control. Big
In
time.
what way?
Started not going to work, not seeing friends, just distancing myself from everybody.
You'd say your world sort of became the drugs?
Just, yeah. It was all about the drugs. Before I knew it, I'd lost my job, and look, I lost my house, and yeah.
Was it your partner that introduced you to
It was, yeah.
Was he sort of the same age as you? Older?
Yeah.
And before that, did you know anything about them?
I knew that crack cocaine and heroin were bad. Just didn't realise how quick it got a grip here.
Yeah. So within a year, it sort of had a full grip
Well,
on you.
it totally got me. Lost everything. Yeah.
What job were you working?
I was a nurse in a nursing home.
Were you?
Yeah.
That's a good job.
Yeah.
I'm a nurse, but for animals.
Okay.
And I always say, like, I could not deal with people. Like,
I
have the highest respect for people that can look after people, because I think it's so much harder.
Oh yeah, it tires you out, but it's very rewarding.
Is it?
Yeah.
Would you love to get back to that?
Oh
one
yeah.
day?
And then I started caring for my dad, and up at 3 years ago, he passed away, and I found him, and
I'm sorry, that can't have been.
And then things have just got worse since then.
So what's life like for you now?
On a daily basis, just go out every day to try to get money. It's hard. Times are hard, but yeah.
Do you feel like judged by people quite a bit?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
What would you like to say to those people that do judge you?
You don't know until you've been there, do you know what I mean? You can't judge until you've been there. It's hard. It's like an illness, you know what I mean?
It is addiction, isn't it?
We don't want to be like this, we just are. If I knew then what I know now, I'd have never done it.
No. And I do feel like it literally could easily happen to anyone.
Yeah, of course. It only takes a few days and it's got you.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't realise how quick it got you, but yeah.
Looking back, do you sort of wish you'd never...
Oh, 100%. I wish I'd never got involved with it. I miss all my friends and all my family very much.
Do you have any relationship with your family?
My sister, yeah, but my mum, no.
Is that something you could sort of build back up? Or?
I think it's gone too far now. She just totally cut me out. She's like, no thanks. She just doesn't speak to me. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in sort of 5 years' time?
Hopefully to be clean and be back working again. Yeah.
Would you love to be back doing the same job?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I love caring. I've worked in a nursery, school, nursing home, and I've looked after my dad.
Oh, so you've got like a lot of
Very
experience.
caring, yeah, for sure,
it.
yeah.
Do you feel ready to get clean, or is there any more help or support people could offer?
And I think I need to go to rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I would do it, yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Is it easy to get a place in rehab? No.
I've been trying for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I need to keep at it, but yeah, I'm willing to go.
Is there certain things that they make you have to do
To put in place. Yeah, but then with COVID it just slowed everything down. That's what blocked it, you know. Yeah. I'm going to keep trying though.
Definitely. What more could people do to help or offer support? That's alright.
I think people need more support, one-to-one support, groups, more
like
groups. Like days out,
worker
like more therapy, and like to get to the root cause of why people are doing it, and more one-to-one time, more time, because it's very limited time you get with your workers and stuff.
Yeah.
And just getting down to the root of problem, like money problems, health problems, and then just
because there's
go through
usually
it all.
always like a root cause as to why people are taking.
Oh yeah, Definitely.
And then without solving that, you can't really solve.
You need to get to the bottom of it, don't you?
Yeah, as to why people.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice for people watching this?
Just don't judge, and like you don't know. Don't ever judge until because you can't make a personal opinion unless you've actually been there, and it can happen to anybody.
That's it. You can never say it'll never be you. Can
No,
you?
never say never because it can.
You got anything else? That was great. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you very much for watching Layla's story. We're now going to talk about it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed. Thank you. So Layla had a pretty normal childhood. She started smoking weed at 15, which I don't think is uncommon or unheard of.
But you're still young.
It's young, but it's like that final year of high school, isn't it? Like,
Would you let your daughter smoke weed at 15? Oh,
that's a tough one.
Would you?
I wouldn't say let. Would I hit the roof if she did? No.
Would you let her smoke? You're not answering my
As
question.
in, would I go out and buy a weed and be like, here
No,
you
of
go?
course no one does that, but if you seen her smoke, would you let her smoke it?
Oh, God.
No pressure.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Breathe in and breathe out.
That's a tough one because I think it's real difficult with teenagers. Like, the minute you say, don't do that, it becomes 100 times more appealing.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I think, what I like to think, and I would probably do the complete opposite, but what I like to think is I would just like sit down, talk to her,
No.
like go through it all. What would you do? Honestly.
I'd be like, son, give me some Rizla, let's roll it. I'm joking.
Oh God, I hope the court doesn't watch this podcast.
I'm joking. What I mean, what I would do, the more you tell him not to do it,
The more they're going to do
the
it.
more he's going to do
And
it.
then they're going to go behind your back and do it.
And I think if there's no way for me to stop him doing it, I have to supervise him. Does that make sense? It's best for him to smoke in the house than to go smoke with his friends. But then again, you have to tell him the danger, what is not good.
Yeah.
You have to talk to him about it, educate him about it.
No, I get you. 100%. I think what I was just trying to get at was, I think that is the age when you tend to be offered like stuff like that, isn't it? 15. Like, I was offered it at 15.
Seriously?
Yeah, a couple of my friends smoked and stuff. I never touched it.
Why you never touched it?
Because I'm a wuss.
No, but what made you not to touch it?
I didn't even like smoke cigarettes. I just didn't. It didn't appeal to me in any way. And also, and I know this backfires for most people, but I knew nothing about it. And for me, that made me be like, I'm not trying something that, no, I don't know anything about it.
What about alcohol?
I did drink,
Of
yeah.
course. Did you know things about alcohol?
I obviously knew about like getting drunk and stuff. The long-term effects of like alcohol abuse, no, probably not.
Oh, you did, but you...
I don't think so. But again, I don't think it's that uncommon to drink at 15. Like, I don't know.
I didn't drink until I turned 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You must have been offered it.
No,
Or
I'm
been
a good-
around it.
No, I'm a good boy.
There's no point in having a serious conversation, is there? Like, I answered honestly, and you
I
just
did, no,
lied.
it's not my thing. I don't enjoy getting drunk. I like to be alert. I like to be in control of my surroundings. Because when you get drunk, you're vulnerable.
You are, like, you don't care.
You are vulnerable, and
Yeah.
I don't like to be vulnerable.
No.
That's the reason why I don't like to drink.
That's fair enough. So she tried serious drugs at 19 and kept it together for a year.
Would you be classed as serious drugs? Because
Oh,
for
no.
other people,
Weed is serious.
cannabis
Yeah.
is serious. I know when they found out the kids smoke cannabis, they went mental, crazy. So, what is the serious drugs?
I would say serious drugs are like class A drugs.
Well, what about the pills?
What do they come under?
That's still drugs.
I know, but what class are they?
Class A.
Well, yeah, I've discovered that one, haven't I? I said class A drugs. To me, I would be more mad if my child tried pills than cannabis.
Oh, but this here has pills more. How to say it? I don't think the pill's more safe than cannabis at all.
No.
No.
And that's what I said. I'd be more mad if she tried pills. Because to me, the pills are terrifying. Because you don't know what you're getting.
But you never know who done it. Someone's doing it in the shed.
Yeah.
So.
You could be taking anything.
Like ecstasy tablet and this.
Like you hear about those people that try them one time on a night out and they're dead.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how it's going to affect your body.
And it's a bad combination with drink and pills.
Yeah,
it's so
that's it,
evil
because the
and
more
toxic.
often the time you try them, it's going to be when you're out, like you're not in a safe place, you're not around safe people. Nah, scary. So she kept it all together for a year, and then life started spiralling after that, as the addiction got more and more. She lost her job and her house, and it was her partner that introduced her to drugs.
That's dangerous, and that's
because you trust
evil.
that.
That's so evil. But I don't know, some people.
I don't think that I'm not going to say all, but I don't think the majority of partners that introduce their partners to drugs are doing it from an evil.
I could tell you now, I know partners that put their girlfriend into drugs so they can be working girls. They can earn money for both of them.
That's evil.
That's what I mean.
But even then, they're not doing it from an evil place. They're doing it from an addiction place, aren't they? It's literally anything to get that drug. It's a tough one because you trust your partner, don't you?
Just a mistake.
Well, you should do. We're not all jaded like you. Like, you should trust your partner 100%. And they're offering you something, I can see why people would try it.
But if your partner offered you something, would you try it?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
Why not?
Because that's just not my thing. It's not, no. To me, there's too much to lose.
Yeah, but do you think when the people try it the first, do you think they're doing it because they love the partner, or they're doing it because they want to try it?
I think they're doing it because they want to try it. I think, like, no matter how much, like, you love someone, like, if you offered me an ecstasy tablet now and was like, prove your love by taking it, I'd be like, am I right? See ya. Like, I don't think you do it to prove your love or because you love them. I think you're doing it because you're curious.
So you want to try it?
And
so it's
yeah,
nothing about the partner.
and you trust them. So if they're saying it's alright, like I take them, you're going to trust what they're saying, aren't you? Is how I see it. If you've got someone that you trust saying, it's alright, I take that, I'm fine, like look at me.
Yeah, someone to trust and your partner is totally different.
Well no, they should be the same thing.
You trust your partner, yeah.
Mhm.
You trust your friend.
Yeah.
But it's the two different type of trust, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean.
No, fair enough, I get that. She knew sorry.
2 meters.
Like you were. So she knew that crack and heroin was bad, and again, like so many people knew it was bad, didn't know how bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, isn't it? When you start taking it, and like Layla, when she was introduced to it by her partner, like her partner, I don't know because I can't say I wasn't there,
Yeah.
but I would assume because she was young, she had a job, like she was holding it down, I would assume he was not yet at the stage of full-blown addict.
Yeah.
Is the assumption I think it'd be pretty safe to take. So you obviously, you know they're bad because you've maybe heard stuff, but you're looking at your partner and being like, they're still alright, like, it can't be that bad. And I think that's probably, like, if that's one thing that anyone can take from watching any of the videos, I would like it to be that, like, maybe for some people, because I think we tend to only interview people when they're like hitting rock bottom or they're full-blown addicts.
Yeah.
Maybe there is people out there that take crack and heroin and do keep it together, but like I want people to know the worst case. Like you want to know the worst case scenario before taking it.
Yeah.
Like what it could.
Well, most people
lead to.
At the beginning, they think they can manage it. I'll be just smoking once a week or once a month.
Like, oh, just at weekends or
Just
payday or, yeah.
But
And then it gets to that point where you go, oh, I've had a bad day today.
I
Like,
had a bad day today. Let me treat myself.
yeah, and then that gets closer and closer together, and before you know it.
Yes.
So she used to be a nurse in a nursing home. Like, hats off to her for that, because I think that's such a hard job, and a job that most people couldn't. Like, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Because I just couldn't deal with people. No. It's stupid, isn't it? Like, I can clean up dog shit off the floor and it doesn't make me bat an eyelid. But the thought of cleaning human, no. I don't think I would be able to. Obviously, if you have to, don't you? But like, hats off to people like Layla who do it and treat those people with like the dignity and respect they deserve and stuff.
Well, for you to do that type of job, you need to be passionate about people, caring about people.
Yeah. And you can tell by speaking to Layla that she's such a caring person.
Yeah.
And she'd love to do it again one day. And it's just sad that she's gone from that to now like every day just being a struggle to get money to feed the addiction and get by.
Yeah.
And I think it hit home a lot when she said that she feels judged a lot. And you can't judge until you've been there.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And you can't judge till you've been there. You don't know what's happened in her life.
Yeah.
Only she knows that. No one knows that. And it could happen to anyone. And I know I say this a lot, but it could.
We're all guilty about judging people.
Oh God, 100%. I judge.
We're all guilty.
Yeah.
Somehow, we're all guilty.
You make pre-assumptions about people. Yeah.
But we just need to learn from it. And try to do better.
And even like, it doesn't matter if the first thought that pops into your head is to judge someone. As long as you then immediately tackle that thought and be like, hey, no, like.
What's wrong?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if that's, because I think a lot of it, people are programmed to judge.
Yeah. Well, that's from kid, yeah.
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 So it doesn't matter. Like, people shouldn't feel guilty if that's the first thought that pops into their head, as long as you don't act on that thought and you rationalise it.
But why would that thought pop in your head? The first thought pop in your head?
Because I think a lot of people are programmed to judge, like from parents, society, childhood. Like, we live in a judgmental society.
Yeah.
Like, I think of, I don't know if all those magazines are still around and that now, but all, like, when I was like a teenager and that, all those like Hello and OK and that used to be judging everyone's bodies on the front and stuff. Like, you program, like, it's constantly bombarded at you, isn't it? To criticise and judge people.
Yeah.
When no one's perfect. She said if she knows now what she... If she knew now... If she'd known then what she knows now... I'm going to get there in the end. If she'd known then what she knew now, she'd never have done it. And I think, obviously, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and a lot of people can probably relate to that with decisions. Like, if you knew now what you knew... I'm not going to try and say it again. Basically, if you had the knowledge that you had today when you were making that decision, you wouldn't do it. Like, oh my God, I wish I could be a teenager again with what I know now. Like, you would do so different, wouldn't you?
We all would do different.
Exactly, like, hindsight is an amazing thing. Which is another reason why I don't think you should ever judge someone. Because, yeah, they may realise now they've made a mistake. It doesn't matter, they can't go back and change it, can they?
They can't go back and change it.
No.
What is done is done.
Yeah. She misses her friends and family. I think that must be like one of the hardest parts of being an addict, apart from the drugs and stuff, is the isolation from people that aren't addicts. It must be tough.
It is tough.
So in 5 years' time, she wants to be clean and working again. And that's the thing, she's so young, like, she's got her whole life in front of her if she can turn it around now.
Yeah.
And it's possible, it's doable, people do it.
Nothing's too late.
Never too late to do anything.
Never.
She has been trying to get into rehab for the past 4 years.
See, it's hard to get into the
It
rehab.
is, and I never get this. Like, I get it, as in, like, it's expensive, blah, 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 I get that. But the hoops they make people jump through, it's almost like you have to be clean before you go into rehab. And to me, that makes no sense.
That's what I don't get.
It makes no sense. Like, if someone could explain that to me in a way that makes sense, I would love to hear it.
But I think personally, is you have to show them that you're really.
They're trying to weed out who's serious and
who's
not.
serious or not.
But to me, that's the whole point of rehab. You should be able to turn up in the worst state of your life. Like, that place is there to make you better. You shouldn't have to go there having done half the work already.
Yeah.
Is how I see it.
Because if you've done half the work, I'm sure you can do the full work.
Well, yeah, you've done the hardest part. You've made the decision and you've got clean. Well, one of the hardest parts. I think staying clean is also hard, isn't it? But
it's very hard to get into the rehab. The rehab part is not the hardest one. It's getting released from the rehab.
Going back to normal life.
Going back to normal life too.
But what I don't understand is surely it would make more sense financially to offer more rehab places, because then that must save money elsewhere. The more people you get clean, you're going to have less in prison, less.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to make more sense in the long run financially to offer more places.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Maybe that's a good thing. And that she just thinks that more one-to-one support is needed in therapy for the root cause.
Yeah.
Which 100%. Because if you kidnapped an addict off the street and locked him in a room, you could get them clean.
Yeah.
But without getting to the root cause of why they're using.
To get back.
Yeah. You need to deal with whatever they're trying to not think about. Because if not, like one little bad day or whatever. And I think more one-to-one support is a brilliant idea.
It is.
But again, it's the manpower, isn't it? And getting enough
Stuff. Do you know what? There's a lot for the government to handle. One-on-one, how many people have got how many people got a problem?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a key worker per person, that's
a lot in that. It's a lot. But I really hope that Layla gets where she wants to get.
She's too young, she's still got a life ahead of her. When she's ready, she'll turn the page around. I hope she's soon.
Me too. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed. Thank you.